So for the eyes, I'm going to be using these two JACLYN Morphe palettes. This one is Bling Boss and the Ring the Alarm. You can start with the darker shade and then add the pink shade, but I'm just going to do it opposite. There's no like right or wrong way, but I'm just going to start with the pink shade, and I go in my crease. Like, I don't make it like a cut crease. You just want any like little brush that's flat like this to pick up the shadow. And you can do, these shadows are nice because you can do like a nice wash of the color, because it doesn't come off like super pigmented like as soon as like with the first application. Or if you add like 2-3 layers, it looks like really bright. And then later I'll come back and add more if I need more. And I'm going to switch palettes. This is the Bling Boss. I'm going to be using Sparks, and I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics little blending brush. And I want it to be like very like kind of cat eye-ish. Like, I don't want to blow out the shadow too high. So I'm going to start by patting it on the corner and then just pushing it into my crease a little bit. And then dragging the shadow inwards towards the pink. And then when I like open my eye, you can see where your crease is right here. So that's where I want to keep my shadow from passing. So I don't add any more eyeshadow, and I just kind of like diffuse that line so it's not too dark and it doesn't go too high. And I bring it all the way in above the pink. Once you blend everything out, just go back in with the same shade and pat it in that same area, outer corner. I'm just going to take a clean blending brush and go over all those edges. You can even pick up a little bit of the Hush Hush shade, a tiny bit, just to add a little bit more dimension in the crease. I literally am barely touching my skin with that Hush Hush shade. It makes like such a difference on your blend. I'm gonna go back with the pink shade. It's called Bomb Ass. That's literally what it's called, Bomb Ass. I didn't use any spray with this either, so. And then just to kind of fuse the two colors together so they don't look too harsh, you just lay your brush flat and you just wiggle slightly. I honestly have no idea what lashes these are because I just have lashes everywhere in my house. But I didn't do any liner today. And I just love how the lashes are just subtle, but they're still like fluttery, you know, so the eye look can come through. If you wear some lashes that are really dramatic, or if you do liner, depending on what look you're going for, if you want your eyeshadow to stand out, if you work really hard on your eyeshadow, if you really like a certain shade, I probably would steer clear of like liner and just make sure to add lashes that are not too dramatic. So I'm going to pop on this lash really quick, and then I'll be back to start on the rest of my face. So I already added some facial oil to my face, so I'm going to go in with some POREFESSIONAL primer by Benefit. I'm like almost out of this. And this is more of like the pore filling primer, so I have larger pores right here on the apples of my cheeks. So just kind of pat it in to fill in those areas. The only area my makeup kind of breaks up sometimes is my nose and like around my mouth, but with the primer, it really helps. Like finally, all these breakouts that I had right here, I had a breakout right here too from all the Halloween stuff on my face. I like really broke out. I haven't broke out like that. I even still have one right here that's going away. I haven't broke out like that in years, like literally years. So my favorite thing to use during the winter time are like dewy foundations, because I don't have to worry about it like sweating off. And then I use my NARS one right on top. I do like doing this in the summer too if I'm not going to be outside too much, just because the finish is really nice and it lasts a long time. If I use this by itself, it'll dry me out. Like I said, I'm dry, so it won't look as nice. I need a really dewy primer, or I need a foundation that's like on the dewy side underneath it. I pretty much just do it on like my cheek area and my T-zone, and then I drag it out. If this had a pump, it would be perfection. I just take a buffing brush. This is the Morphe JACLYN Hill 3 brush. And I just pat it first. Even this just by itself for everyday makeup is really, really nice. It looks really good on the skin. This one and the Pro Glow are favorites. I'll go in and buff it. I'm almost out of the NARS one. I think I have like less than half a bottle. But so I go in kind of like that, and then I take a concealer brush, but I use this to just kind of drag down and put the foundation where I want it, which is everywhere apparently. Then I go in with a damp sponge and like barely tap it out. Like I don't want it to move too much. I just want the lines to diffuse. So I'm going to go in with some Tarte Shape Tape. I really like this shade for me. It's light neutral. It gives me like that brightness that I want, but it's not like super white where it gives me like, you know, that like really white under eye. I'm not very into that, but I do want it to look bright, but not white, you know. And then we're going to set everything with this Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in Translucent Light. This is honestly the perfect setting powder. It is pricier and less product, but it's worth it to me. This is my like second or third time buying this, but so bomb. Makes your under eyes look perfect. Your skin looks perfect. And I pretty much immediately dust everything off. I don't like leave it sitting there. Again, dry skin. But if you're super oily, definitely keep it on a lot longer. I'm going to take this fluffy brush. This is the number 2 brush by Morphe and JACLYN Hill. So I bronze first with this, and then I'll go in and contour after with a different brush. So this is the Chocolate Soleil Milk Chocolate Bronzer by Too Faced. And you want to bronze just because you don't want to look so flat and just like one color. You want to add a little bit of, it's kind of like adding the shadows back into your face. You just go around the perimeter of your face, and then you do your cheekbone. And I do like to tap it in a little bit and then kind of go in an oval or a circle to blend it in. You can already see like it makes my face a little bit more defined. Definitely need it on my forehead. And just go along the jawline. Makes a big difference. So I take my bronzer pretty much where my blush goes to, just to blend that together. Then I go in with this small brush. This is a Luxie 522 brush and the same bronzer, but I focus this in the socket right here and do the same kind of motions, but since this is smaller, you want to make smaller motions, you know. So this is definitely optional. You don't have to like contour like this. I feel like bronzing goes a long way, so definitely don't skip the bronzing, but you don't have to contour if you don't want to. And for blush, I've really been loving the Amaretto blush in the JACLYN BECCA palette. It's a really like neutral blush, so it goes with pretty much any kind of look. This is an old AF Sonia Kashuk brush that I've had for years, like 6-7 years. I just kind of put it on the side of the brush and I kind of just sweep it. Don't like rub too hard. You don't want to go like that. You want to just keep it on the tips of the brush. Once I'm done with all my powders, I go ahead and spray my face. This is the Rose Water Spray by Mario Badescu. And I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows really quick, and then I'll be back to do my highlight and my lips and my under eyes. I know it might seem like a lot of steps, but it's because it's a lot of steps, you know. Okay, so for the under eyes, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the burgundy shade Sparks in the Bling Boss palette. I'm going to take it on this little flat JH43 Morphe JACLYN brush. I know I have no other brushes but these. So I'm going to put it very tightly along my lashes, all the way in to the tear duct. And then I'm going to take the same shade, but I'm going to use this fluffy Morphe M433 blending brush and just apply it on the little tip right there. And blend, blend, blend. I'm going to drag it down pretty low. An eyeshadow color can really change depending on the brush that you use. So you don't always need like 4 shades, a transition shade. Like if it's a good eyeshadow, you should be able to use a blending brush and have a nice wash with it. You should be able to use a flat shader brush and have it really opaque and like pigmented, you know, kind of thing. So you don't have to drag it down as far as I do. I just really like that kind of smoked out, kind of grungy look. What I am going to do is add a little bit more of sparks right there. And I'm going to take Costa Riche Eye Kohl by MAC. And for the inner corners, I think I'm going to take Bling Bling. And I am going to spray this a little bit. Okay, and I've been obsessed with this highlighter lately. This is the ILUVSARAHI and Dose of Colors collab highlighter in Soulmate. Soulmate, like Soulmate. So like wet looking, and sometimes I just like to take the tip of the brush and put it right on my brow bone for that quick brow bone highlight. I love it. It's so pretty. It's like not gold or champagne, or it's like rose gold kind of, but it doesn't look pink. Then I take a small brush to highlight my nose. And for lips, I'm going to use Aftermath by Dose of Colors and KATY and DESI. So pretty. Like, I'm obsessed with this lipstick. Yes. So, let's see. So I'm going to use Strip Down Lip Liner by MAC. This little nub right here. I remember before liquid lipsticks were invented, I just use MAC lipsticks. I have so many like MAC lipsticks that I still have and I haven't used in years. But now that the traditional lipstick style is kind of coming back, I'm remembering how I used to get my lipstick on perfectly perfect. I remember at my jobs, like everybody would always ask me, how do you get your lipstick to like look like so straight? Well, so you align the lips with the lip liner that is as close to the lip color that you're using. And then we're going to take Aftermath and you're going to just put it in the center. And then you're going to use the tip of the lipstick, the little tip right there, to define any little areas. I think I need to lighten the center a tiny, just a smidge. So anytime I want a dark lip but I want a little bit of dimension in the center, I always go in with Child Star by Too Faced. Put in the center like that. Just tap it out with my finger. And I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of over the top gloss. This is also the Dose of Colors DESI KATY collab. Let me do something with my hair real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk through makeup tutorial. I know the last few that I've done have been like voiceovers. The Halloween ones were voiceovers. I've been doing vlogs. So figured I would do something a little different. So like this video or comment, let me know what you guys prefer. I know the voiceovers go a little bit quicker. Truthfully, I have to do voiceovers when I have the kids running around and I can't control the noise in here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this look. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Check out any of my other videos. There are plenty of things on my channel, so maybe something will interest you. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!